for my audience, let's say they are selling to enterprise or even B2B, what are some of the strategies that you have used to get these accounts? Like what works for you?
Yeah, I think so. Since what differs us from, let's say, from a CRM space,
Yes.
the CRM is a space. When you want the CRM, there's Salesforce, there's Dynamics,
HubSpot,
So then you choose between one of those.
Yes.
What we really had to do and still have to do a lot. We really need to sell. We need to create the space, sort of sell the concept of how company data really works for your business. And then and our problem in the beginning was really that when everybody is interested, so we get our foot in the door in every single place, and then we sell our concept, and the next question is, okay, so what happens next? So what do we do next? And then typically when we didn't have a very clear solution in the sense that how it works exactly for the enterprises, with a clear understanding from the customer, then we adopted this, what we call a workshop with the customer, where we invite this is for the bigger customers. So we invite all the stakeholders in, and they tell their pains. There's typically business pain, then there's technical pain, and then there's a marketing pain, and they all come together, and then our people are there, and then we come with a very concrete solution in terms of how our platform integrates with their processes and into which solutions, and how the value could be shown for the customer. And then we show the actual proposal. So the bigger the company is, the sales process, we've been sort of slicing it a lot into different stages.
And how long does it take even in the beginning to get some of those accounts? It's like a 3-month sales cycle, 4-month sales cycle?
It depends. There's companies that we think should be our customers, and it's the third year we're still doing our job. And for some, it can be 1 month, 2 months. They've decided in their in the strategy document, data-driven marketing is what we want to do. And then we come in and they say this fits right in. How do we get started? So that's a sort of it depends a lot.
Cool. And when you were prospecting, did you connect with them on the website, on LinkedIn, or like what approach works?
So typically, as I said, we don't have that big problems on getting the meeting really.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That's the first meeting is fairly easy to get because data-driven marketing is sort of that everybody wants to hear who is the new kid on the block kind of thing. So so that's very easy, but we use typical tools. Sometimes pure outbound if we know that this is just a perfect fit for her or him. We just call them out.
And do you always do you aim to talk to the VP of sales or the director of sales?
VP of sales, yes, and then CMOs.
Okay.
Yeah, they own the budget typically for the CRMs and marketing automation. So that's our sweet spot really. And we have a pretty good contact database, pretty good content in the sense like what you do as well, very good in the content. So we get a fairly good amount of the right inbounds, I would say.
Inbound,
so
cool. And then one of the things that you talked about is about like product-led growth, right? It's not just marketing. Like share with us a little bit. Can you deep dive into that just a bit?
Yeah, that's really. I think product-led growth is really a buzzword specifically, and who wouldn't like to have a product that sells itself? Definitely so. I think so. Our experience about that is really about, as I think I mentioned before, but during the past few years we've made a sort of a strategy shift where we want to focus more on companies that really have defined sales processes and want to integrate the data so that really the product sticks, and they're sort of being able to create the product that fits their needs. It's sort of I'm not an expert of that, but I just wanted to bring that out in the sense that it's a really revealing experience for the company to think how should you think in the eyes of a customer in order to build the product. It's it requires very brave decisions as well, I would say.
It's also very interesting because my background is marketing. We're very, very good with marketing. And now in the software world, what we notice is I used to have this belief that, hey, you know what, marketing solves all the problems, right? I can come up with an offer, I can sell it, I can market it, I can do all of that. But the funny thing is, if we have a product that is not a good fit for the market, or maybe not quite precisely on point, right, spot on, what we notice is we spend money on marketing, we drive the growth, but the customers, they're not sticking. So it's like it's like you have a leaky bucket. So you keep putting water into it, it keeps leaking, right? Versus when we have something that works, it just kind of grows, right? You don't need to force the growth. You can still do marketing, but it kind of just organically grows month after month, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think because we don't have any funding on the background, so we're bootstrapped from the beginning.
Really? Do you have investors now?
I'm sorry?
Do you have investors now, or are you still just the same?
Yeah, still the same. So we don't.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And when it comes to the product-led growth aspects and maybe learnings from the past, I think in the very beginning we created the product to be easily sold.
Got
not
it.
necessarily that easy to be used.
Yes.
Which then comes back to exactly your point.
Yes.
And now I guess what we want to do is, and what I guess is exactly the product-led growth idea, is that we need and want to create the product that is easy to use. and through that, it will be easy to sell as well.
Got it. But now also you have a number of big companies using it. So does it become easier now? Hey, so-and-so, all these big companies will use our product. Here's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's of course it's. I mean, the references are everything,
Yes.
and so
Salesforce. What are some of the other big companies that are your clients right now?
Well, I think all the bigger logistic companies are ours, and then we're very heavily focused in the Nordics. So the biggest telcos in the Nordics are practically all our customers. Then we have all the I think. Oracle or NetSuite is then and then all the big US software companies, and they are and specifically in the angle that I guess they have in Ireland, they have their sales teams in Ireland, and then they want to target the Nordics. So specifically for that aspect, we have a.
How big is your team now?
We are 150.
Cool. Very cool. So do you now spend most of your time still in sales, or more now operation probably?
I'm more in the product and more in the operation. I would say as well. And then I don't spend that much time in sales management.
Of course.
Yeah, but I spend a lot of time with customers and sales meetings. So that's what I do. So I work a lot with sales, with our sales reps, and so when there's a cool customer.
So you're meeting with customers so that you have a good pulse of what they want, right? And then communicate back to your core team and also the sales team, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. Very cool.